Hello everyone. This video we're gonna talk about the stand-for, becoming fluent in listening, speaking, reading, and writing skill in English. So there are 4 topics to discuss today. First is typical activity. This topic we will talk about the activity that we use to improve your English skill to become a fluent. And the second is the condition of the stand-for. And the third is the example of technique that we use to improve your English skill. And the last one is some unknown term in the stand-for. So, what is the detail of this? Let's see in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, next we're going to talk about typical activity. The fluency development in English should involve all 4 skills like speaking, reading, listening, and writing. So we're going to talk about the activity that should improve our English skill. The first activity is speed reading, skimming, and scanning. Speed reading is just about read fast, but it is read fast with accuracy. And skimming is about quickly reading the text to get the main idea. And scanning is about searching specific the text to get the answer for question. And the next activity is repeat reading. This activity is about practice of students to read the same text over and over until their reading is fluent and error-free. And the next activity is repeat retelling. This activity is consistent. Students can use to recall, order, and summarize the text. And the last one is listening to easy story. You can see this typical of activity can help your English skill to be better.
Okay, let's talk about the next part, the condition strength. In this strength, all of what the learner are reading to, listening, speaking, or writing is largely familiar to them. So it is not easy for students to reading the story that's including the unfamiliar vocabulary. Yes, and so it is not easy. Same for the listening when they do not know or not familiar with the vocabulary of the story that they're listening. That's why the content have to familiar to them. Okay, and the next condition is the learner's focus is on receiving or conveying meaning, not about recitation, the language feature. Yes, and next, there is some pressure or encouragement to perform at a faster than usual speed. So imagine you teach 2 students, and the first student you give them the encouragement and the pressure, and the second student you give them nothing. It will be clearly seen that the first student will be quickly grow up than second student. Yes. And the last one, there is a large amount of input or output. Yes, that's all for strength condition. Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the next topic. The next topic is the example of techniques. The first technique is 42 technique. The 42 technique was devised by Morris. In this technique, learner work in a pair with one, acting as a speaker and the other listener. Okay, in this application, the 4-3-2 technique give an opportunity to students to get across their idea to 3 different listeners for 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and 2 minutes with the same topic but the different listener. Yes, this technique have shown increase the influence during the class about listening and speaking skill. And the next example is reading while listening. This technique involves the learner listening to the text and looking at the topic and the text while they listen before listening to the essay. learner can have a time to read it or read something containing much the same idea or vocabulary.
The last part we're gonna talk is the unknown term. The first one is extensive reading. Extensive reading is the process of reading longer, easier text for an extended period of time without a breakdown of comprehension, feeling, overview, or the need to take a break. It stands in contrast to intensive or academic reading, which is focused on a close reading of dense structured text, typically not read for pleasure. The second term is chunks. Chunks refer to the several words that are customarily used together in a fixed expression, such as in my opinion, or to cut a long story short. It is also known as language chunks, lexicon chunks. And the last term is guiding principle. Guiding principle are moral values that set